Two small-time members of a gang wanted only one thing. That was a promotion. So they decided to provoke the rival gang. But when they opened the door, they froze. Damn, there are so many people. Yeah, let's go home and eat. But Jack refused to back down and pushed the door open again. Then he took a deep breath and rushed inside. John had no choice but to follow closely behind him. After that battle, the two nobodies became legends overnight. 8 years later, they had climbed step by step from the bottom to become important figures in the organization. And their boss was someone so powerful that the entire city feared him. One day, just after leaving the police station, the boss was on his way to see his secret lover. Suddenly, a large truck appeared out of nowhere and crashed into his car. The car instantly turned into a pile of scrap metal. In the next scene, the boss was rushed to the ICU of a hospital. Everyone knew that when the leader of an empire falls, a chaotic power struggle will follow. Everyone wanted to seize the throne. When John heard the news, he rushed over without even changing his shoes. What happened to you? I didn't expect Boss Jack to come pick me up personally. Get in the car. We need to go. Along the way, John kept asking about the boss's condition. Jack shook his head and said the situation was not good. Jack muttered to himself that the old man was too careless. Then he immediately switched to joking. At his age, he was still dating. Out of respect for the boss, Jack simply sighed. Then John took out a gift. Jack stared at the cheap imitation watch. Wasn't this supposed to come with the glasses? Hey, you keep it. Don't lose it. How did you know? Brother, I know how cheap you are. John got a little angry and turned to his own subordinate. Can't you just keep your mouth shut? Then he said to the driver, hit him now. Slap him again. When they arrived at the hospital, all the core members of the gang were waiting nervously. Finally, the doctor came out. Luckily you brought him here quickly. Otherwise he wouldn't have made it here in time. Everyone leaned closer. So how is he now? The doctor paused for a moment. Now he's gone. The scene shifts to the funeral. A gang member whispered to Jack, there are a lot of police outside. Jack immediately rushed out with his men. The police outside were leisurely taking photos. Suddenly, with a bang, a camera fell to the ground. Jack grabbed it and smashed it. However, an old policeman calmly picked up the broken camera and demanded compensation. To avoid ruining the funeral, Jack took out some cash and threw it on the ground. But what no one expected was why that old policeman wasn't afraid of Jack at all. Because the real secret was that Jack had actually been an undercover agent all along.